Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back, scumbag.
Ew.
Hi.
Ew.
Oh, Chris. Wow. That is such beautiful decorations. I'm surprised you've left them up this long.
I
Festive.
usually like to leave them until Ukrainian Christmas is over. So,
Right.
yeah.
Those trees
Whose house is that?
they look bloody and
It,
barbed.
it's the White House.
Holla.
Oh.
Hey, Anne. Hey, Craft. Oh my God, I look up and all the babes are here. Hello.
Chris,
Hey,
you know what you should do
everyone.
is Petty Fleur's Winter Wonderland hallway.
Yes, please.
Oh my God.
Oh
Hey,
my
Ornova.
God.
Justin, I'm worried this isn't like Winter Wonderlandy enough though. Like,
Hi,
how are
Ghost
they gonna
Bomb.
transform it?
Yeah, exactly. I need actual snow
Yes.
falling.
Wow, we got a full house today. This is fun.
Ooh.
I have
Is
a
Oh my
everybody
new
God, I
sipping
hope I
on?
can find
Yeah, well, I have
pictures
a
of
new
this.
sip for today. I really have been addicted to these San Pellegrino Essenzas. And then
Okay.
today the
Ooh.
grocery store had blood orange and black raspberry.
Shut up. How is
Oh.
it? I need that.
Stunning. This is my second one of the day. I
I
also have
need
to
to
say
try
that they're
that.
black
Boys
cherry
dress like girls and
pomegranate.
girls dress like boys. I don't get it.
Yes.
Sorry,
Your
drags.
Hi, Bombay. What are you guys sipping?
I am having a glass of water
Ah.
and I'm going to eat this entire package of Sour Patch Extreme Sours that I got in my shop.
Wow. Wow. If Ryan Flanders is here right now, shout outs for the Sour Patch kids I got in the mail from him.
Oh,
I'm
snacks
sipping
on
on
deck.
a lime bubbly, and then I'm eating some sea salt and cracked pepper macadamia nuts. And I'm also eating some pretzels filled with peanut butter. But I had to pour
Ooh.
myself a bowl because I'm gonna fucking eat that whole container in
I've been
2 days if I don't.
I've been doing bowls of snacks lately too, so that I don't end up with no snacks left.
Yeah.
It's really a crazy concept.
A portion.
It is.
That's the Kim Richards effect, though. You know?
It is one tiny little plate.
I was all about color today, so I'm drinking a red wine and I have a green beverage. I thought those looked
Oh,
cute.
wow.
Oh, that's so festive.
Yeah, we love that.
I actually had like a really milky coffee just before this too. I should have saved it for the stream there so we could have totally switched roles.
Yeah,
It
totally.
did look really good.
I'm surprised Chris doesn't have some numbered IPAs to drink today.
I got a little drunk last night, so I feel like not drinking today.
Oh, okay. Well, and we have a big night tomorrow night, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
I'm
need
gonna
to buy
save
my
all
ticket.
my energy for that.
Lizzie, how
Yeah.
can I buy my ticket?
tinyurl.com/spellingbay. And you can just buy it there.
tinyurl.com spelling bee. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
There's a link in my bio.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
link in my bio.
Link in bio, guys.
Yeah, but you don't have swipe up, so like I'm not interested.
Oh my
Oh,
God. Wow.
oh my
Shit.
God, I read in my own home.
I have the game this week.
Ooh.
So
What is it?
I've made a year-end, just a year-end discussion. Mostly because my parents left later than I thought today, so didn't have that much time to make it. But I think it'll be fun. So I figure we will just go around the Zoom call in the order I see it, which is Chris, Justin, Kyle. And we'll just rotate, and I just have questions for you. And they'll show up on the Twitch screen, but I'll read them to you.
Okay, fun.
I love that. Except I was just muted, so.
Okay, Chris, your first question is, who looks the least like their 2019 selves at the end of 2020?
Who looks the least like their 2019 selves?
Yeah, who got the most work? Who ain't them and no more? We know
Definitely,
it's not
it's got to be it's got to be Dorit for me.
Yeah, Dorit I felt like was a definite for this one.
I think Dorit has spent
She looks incredible,
2020 completely rearranging her face, but still looks like it doesn't look like fucking weird. It just looks like a different person in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw a photo of her today. All the comments were like, "Is she seeing the Kardashian surgeon?" Like, there's like really something very like
Yeah.
It was in the
Kardashian-ness
Christmas
about
picture
her.
with PK and the kids.
Lizzie, I have a question. Does this
Yeah.
have to be like Housewives Bravo specific, or could it be like reality TV people
I'm
in
gonna say
general?
reality TV, and also
Okay,
as
perfect.
like a major stoner. If
Yeah,
you
can we
can-
like chip in on a
Yeah.
question?
Oh
Like,
yeah, totally. Yes, for sure.
because I was gonna say Shannon Bador, because like her life has really crumbled.
Wow.
Her face and that reunion
Yeah.
picture,
Yeah,
insane.
looks like Jennifer Coolidge.
How is oh my god? How is it that her all of the stress and all of the crazy storylines she's had didn't really age her? But this year she's like, I'm the happiest I've ever been, and she looks
Yeah.
a million years
And looks
older.
insane.
Oh my
Face full
god.
of filler.
Yeah.
My
so that's
person was gonna be Khloe Kardashian. As
Well-
much as I don't want to engage with her, I feel like she's had like a new face all of 2020. So she really kept me guessing.
Even if it's just a Facetune face, wow, it's different from day to day.
Definitely.
I love it when wasn't there like a picture where she was like wearing like a necklace, but like half the strap wasn't there because it was like tuned away, so it was just like floating.
Oh
Mhm.
my god.
Sloppy,
She's a mess.
sloppy.
Mhm.
Justin, your question is next housewife to release a single on iTunes.
I want to say Candace because I'm going to need to hear more songs than just those two that she got. Because honestly, not to be like a Monique stan, but the Monique song is like on par with every Drag Race song you've ever heard. It's like not like it's like totally like on par.
When
Do
it
you
came
think
out, I thought the same.
Lucian wrote it then? What's that?
He very well could
man's
have.
name? Lucian Piano.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Lucian
it's very
Piani.
like talk rappy, sassy,
Yeah.
over a
Yeah.
house beat.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm actually surprised that Dorit hasn't done some kind of like, you know, Italian DJ house remix vocals kind of thing.
You know,
Well, remember
what I
when she
would
sang
picture-
Fever?
Did she? Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
I wonder if
was
Whitney
shocked.
could sing.
Whitney
really-
Oh,
definitely
Whitney
would
has
have a
iTunes
single.
single all over her.
Yeah. Oh, I'm into that.
Do you know what I see for Dorit releasing a single? It would be like, does anybody remember, this is a deep cut, in like the mid 90s, Gillian Anderson had like a song that was like basically her kind of like singing like over like this like kind of ambient beat. That's what I picture for
Really?
Dorit.
Wow. Very Leonard Cohen of her.
I'll put the link to the video in the comments if anybody has no fucking clue what I'm talking about.
Craft Sinner, I think that they know in the chat. That is a resounding yes.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, totally. I'm gonna say that Jen Shaw will release a single,
Oh, yeah.
and it will be just like something stupid, like the Shaw Squad anthem or something.
Oh,
Not that
for
any of us
sure.
want it, but I feel like that would definitely be something she's like, oh, the gays would eat that up.
Yeah, like with a marching band, like drum line roll call kind of thing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one, Kai. This one goes to you. What was the fakest plot in a Housewives series?
Ever or this? Oh, right, this year.
This year, but again, if you blank out on this year and you want to just give like an ever one, go for it.
Well, remember in Atlanta earlier this year, Giovanna, that bitch, said that she
And
had
Clark?
Yeah, that bitch from Clark. She said she had like a recording of Cynthia talking shit about Nene.
Right.
I think all of that was just a ploy to keep Nene on the show and like relevant. And I think it was so extremely fake and crafted, like on a vision board, and none of it was true.
Hmm.
Second would be the like Brandy Denise thing. I think it happened, but just like everything around it was so fake that trash.
I might throw in the Elizabeth Vargas saga from OC at this
Oh,
point.
good one. Yeah.
And that's just because she's like keeping up with the Joneses, or
Yeah. It's hard
she
to
just lies a lot.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about it in my recap.
Yeah.
I guess I should wake up this week and
Yeah.
listen.
I think
Delish.
I think the whole trainer thing in the Potomac series was something that was a filler because they
Yeah.
didn't want to say what the actual rumors were. And so that storyline felt like something that they really were purposely making up so that they didn't have to say on TV stuff about abortions and shit. That's mine.
What have we watched this year? I feel like
Everything.
I've just seen so much reality television. What series have we witnessed this year?
Well, they've had 2 seasons of Atlanta in 2020, right? Because remember, wasn't it like
Yeah.
the reunion was quarantine?
I think so.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
And we had Potomac.
Beverly
Johannesburg.
Hills, Roni.
What
Did we
happened
have a
on Roni
Dallas?
this year? Did we have a
Well, it's
Dallas?
Not till January. That's the next one. Well, in a couple days, actually, I guess.
Yeah, next week.
What did we have in Roni?
Leah.
I feel like nothing is really like nothing seems fake about Roni. It doesn't seem like, like that fucking Lucy Apple Juicy fucking Dr. John
I don't
Sessa
shave my pussy.
fucking shit. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Back to Chris. Who is Andy's favorite and least favorite at the end of 2020?
Favorite and least favorite. Let me try to think. It's usually like you can always tell by the reunions. I would say that he probably, I would say like he doesn't really like Ashley. I would say I'm going to go ahead and say Ashley is his least favorite right now.
I like that
because
answer.
because it's like there doesn't seem to be like they will put on every horrible storyline about her and they'll air everything, which I love.
I love to see it.
I love to see it, and
She deserves
she's
it.
more than happy to keep coming back for more. That being said, I would also say that he probably finds Ramona also really
Training.
like fucking draining, like an absolute like dum.
As I feel like we all would.
Yeah. For the winners, who would be the winners this year? I feel like he really likes Wendy. Like he doesn't have like any sort of beef with Wendy. Seems to be like very, positive
her?
about the whole. Yeah, he probably actually respects her because she has so many degrees. I'm gonna say ultimately though, of all time, his favorite is probably like Candy, because I feel like Candy is just like dependable.
Oh, yeah. You know who I
that's
think
true.
too? He probably has like a real like Hall of Fame place in his mind for is Luann.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
They're friends.
Yeah.
And probably Bethany too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 I think also Portia this year. I think he's really proud of Portia and everything she's done. It makes him look good. So
Yeah,
Agree.
true.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Portia and Luann for like most liked. His least, I think, this year. Kenya, as always, he never fucks with Kenya. Candy Gal, he doesn't seem to fuck with Candace at all.
Doesn't.
And then my third would be Dorinda. He also
Mm.
really seems to have like distanced himself from her and like everything. So
Yeah. Yeah, seems very prickly to her. You know what? I bet he really likes Teresa as well.
oh,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
always. Yes,
Yeah.
she's also dependable.
Did we
Also,
get a season in 2020?
When
Jersey-
was
Jersey?
the hair poll? I'm Googling RN. Roan
Yeah, when
J.
did we finish Jersey? Was that this year?
I love this show so much. Okay, season 10, 3-part special in March 2020. The season
Oh, okay.
finale aired February 26, 2020. That's fucked up.
wow.
That was this year.
I don't even
I guess it was
remember.
pre-shutdown and everything, so it just seems like 20
Fair.
bajillion years ago.
Yeah.
That's insane. Love.
It was simpler times.
I love Roan J. It rocks.
Yeah, it's got to be, the
It's
best
top
start to
tier.
finish,
Yeah.
right? Top tier, God tier.
Justin, who had the most character development on and off camera of all the wives?
Character development. I wish I had like a graphic with all their faces.
Wait for column gaming.
Let's see. Not Candace.
Oh, hey, Fifth Column. Hi.
Did you say not Candace?
Yeah. But not Monique either, so it's kind of like
Do you think Candy Gal's tissue tear dabbing has progressed this year? Like, do you think she's gotten better at it?
Consistent is what I would
It's
say.
consistent. It's never, it's actually perfect. Every execution of it. It's never not exactly correct.
Fair. Love
I
it.
guess I'd say Portia again. I guess we're seeing like a different side of her, like a more interesting, like she sort of feels like she's evolving into a different Portia. Luann also,
Definitely
that's a good
different from
suggestion.
the first season Portia, who thought that the
Mhm.
Underground Railway was a physical
Yeah.
railway under the ground. So
Yeah.
I guess I could say Bronwyn too. Like
I would-
Bronwyn's really
yeah.
changed a lot.
Yeah, and she's
For the
also
better?
being very like. I think so. I think that we're seeing like a bad time for her right now, but I think it is
Yeah.
going to.
I think especially when you're up against like Kelly Dodd being ignorant, anybody who's going to step in and like be sane for 1 second in a talking head, I'm like, thank you. Even if it's Gina, I'm like, thank you, Gina and Bronwyn. Like somebody just needs to be like, okay.
Oh, that's dark. That is dark.
Okay, next.
I think Luann had like major development this year.
Yeah, totally.
I'm a total Lou stan again.
Same.
She had the
She's the
comeback of
star.
like the year.
Who is the biggest liar of the year?
Me?
Yeah, Kai.
Wow, there's so many. Oh, there's just so many. The first thing that comes to mind, I guess, would be
I would say like Tinsley would probably be a big liar.
not Tinsley.
Definitely Tinsley.
Kraft says church grandpa motherfucker.
Yeah.
MFer. MFer.
MFer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mary M. Cosby as the biggest liar, but I love her for it and I love to see it.
Yeah, it's stunning TV.
Yeah, like it's so, so, so good. And then also Hillary Baldwin, just because that's so fresh and hot right now.
It is.
She's a really big liar.
Yeah.
The TL
Hot
didn't
off the
read as
presses.
she is essentially the 2020 Rachel Dolezal.
Oh,
So.
woo, I just got
This-
chills.
The Spanish Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah.
Can't believe people
Uh,
think that they can manage this shit. And anyway,
Well,
I-
like people are at
Oh.
home they're at home and they're gonna find all of the stuff out. They're gonna be like, this doesn't add up, and then they're gonna have to do like what's barely even a deep dive and expose it all.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm also gonna say that Denise Richards is a big liar, even though I'm a Denise fan and I love her. This year, she really caught herself in quite a few white lies gone wrong.
True. I'm gonna throw Ashley Darby in here too, because I think
Oh,
that
fuck her.
woman is default setting is lie.
Is lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's such a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Lie,
she's
lie.
a liar. Rashleigh is a liar.
Okay, Chris. Next to get. Speaking of Ashley, next to get a divorce.
Oh
And
my
that's what
God,
we
yeah.
call a tease.
I really do. I want Ashley to get a divorce from Grinder Mickey, but I also am like, I want her to stay with him because of the endless amounts of stories that we would get out of it, and also because I would love to see somebody being that much more pathetic on television, like, and to just kind of keep it going, just trying to do everything they can to pretend that it's gonna work out, type of thing. Anybody else?
Can I throw a name out there?
Yeah, please.
Drew and Ralph.
Oh, God,
definitely.
yes.
I like
No.
not only hope and pray
No.
for that, it must happen.
It's not a divorce, Kyle. I've already decided. It's a
Oh,
murder
yeah,
suicide.
right.
That's how. That's the only way it's gonna end.
I forgot about these facts from last week.
Me too.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
had
these
a
are
murder
hard
suicide
facts.
factician on our hands.
Right.
I
Right.
want to point out with the Ashley divorce too. John and I were talking about it, and if she were like strategizing like a card player, she knows that now they have no more prenup. It's just a blank slate now. And she knows he's going to do this again. So, of course, she's staying with him because she's like, oh, wow, you're going to drop that king that I need in a second. And I'm just going to have my,
Yeah.
and I'll bank out. Like, it really is like watching a game of cards with those two.
Well, the best too is that like everything is documented, right? Like every single thing that he does, there's a video of, or there's a picture of, type of thing. Like he gets caught in everything.
So
like,
many receipts.
So
What
many
about Karen
receipts.
and
The
Ray?
binder would be full.
Do we think Karen and Ray are
No, I think they're in there for
They're
the
too
long haul.
old to
She would have
do
left him
that.
already if she was
Yeah.
going to.
Mm.
And she could if she wanted to. But I was going to say somebody.
Is it Bronwyn?
Oh, I was going to ask, I don't know if Kenya's divorced yet, but I would love to see it.
Oh, she needs to be
Oh,
divorced.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Yeah,
I
the
support that
energy's so
fully.
sad. Like, I just want to, But she did
Yeah.
seem pretty happy with her new pal. Like, they are amazing together.
They love OnlyFans.
Yeah.
They screamed gay rights.
Justin's question: next to get dragged for 2021 Wives season?
Like Twitter dragged?
No,
Who's right
like
for a
Monique
dragon?
Samuels dragged. Who's going to be the next Candace?
Oh, who's getting dragged?
Yeah,
Yeah.
next to get
Wow.
dragged.
Candace.
I knew you were going to say that.
I don't know.
I don't think we're gonna see violence on Bravo for a while.
Did you see that all the cast returns went out? So everyone's been asked back officially, and everyone's
I love
confirmed.
I love
Really?
that.
Everybody?
Wow.
Yeah, Monique confirmed.
Candy Gal?
Okay.
Well, I don't know if they've confirmed, but basically the letters went out, and Wendy was like, "I've confirmed it."
Oh, can't wait.
Interesting. Love that.
Yes. Kai, who was the best and worst child of 2020 Housewives?
Ugh. Well, worst, Brooks Marks comes to mind instantly.
Ugh, yeah.
I'm gonna add Chloe Marks to this list just by proxy, just because she
Mhm.
seems to probably just be like her brother.
I'd say Riley Burris.
Riley is
always
horrendous.
always going to be the worst.
Riley's bad. All of Shannon Bedore's girls, just because like I don't like Shannon, so they suck by proxy. And like one was going to like Bible University, which is fucking weird.
Well, guess what? The twins hate Shannon too, so.
Yeah, actually, then they're
Plot
okay.
twist. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Sophie Bedore. is
Yeah,
in this shit.
that's the
She
one.
sucks.
Totally.
She's a Karen as a teen.
Oh, Aura,
Um,
I love the gay daughters as well. Heather's children are so
They
well
rock.
adjusted, and their relationship with their mom is really nice to watch on a Housewives series.
It is.
It's very
It's so sweet.
normal and loving.
Okay, so best, I haven't answered. This is tough. I don't generally like Housewives' children at all, but I'm gonna say the best was Alora, Dr. Heavenly's daughter, because we did have a Married to Medicine earlier this year. So Alora always gets my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anytime we see, oh my God, Raven Huger as well.
She's so hot.
And she's such like an angel too. Like I don't think she could possibly be mean. She's so sweet.
Oh, Hannah, Dorinda's daughter is also
she's
worst of
always,
all
like,
time.
She's always at the bottom of my list.
She's always at the bottom. Yeah, the worst.
I love the Osefo kids. They seem
Mhm.
like fun, and like there was like a scene this year where they were dancing with their mom when they found a place to sit where there wasn't poop, and they were all excited.
Yeah.
And I just was like, oh, that like feels a lot like the way my family would be silly together. So
Yeah.
I wanted to put them in there. Oh, is that the right one? Yeah.
I'm an acquired taste. You don't like
Oh,
me?
thanks
Acquire
for
some taste.
subbing,
Acquire some
Jax. Yay. Next question, Chris. Best off-screen drama.
Mama.
Well, definitely the Candy Gal and Monique off-screen Twitter drama. Candy Gal in general, her Twitter drama that she just has because she's, you know, a monster on Twitter. Monique also independent of that because she's psychotic, and she retweeted Masika's fucking tweet about fucking vaccines and 5G and like and saying that people aren't ready to be that level of woke. Like,
And that's a
I
quote.
forgot it.
Whoever Monique
that's a
has
direct
running
quote.
her social media, and she needs to fire because they are a mess.
Her brother.
Yeah. Yes. Who is the Justin. Stalest, most stagnant wife of all our storylines this year. Just the most this.
I'm bored. I'm sleep. I'm bored watching you spin around. Come on, leopard. Come on, what's that? Leopard, chia pet.
Robin.
What?
I don't think Robin was given anything. She got engaged after like a quadrillion years of like at the reunion. I was thinking every time she piped up, like, what are you actually like doing here though? Like, yeah, she's a staple, but she didn't have much going on this season.
She didn't have a fucking thing going on except for an engagement, but I'm still here for her commentary on everybody and just like pointing out the exact truth about somebody.
She
like,
knows all Karen's drunk secrets, and I love that she just keeps revealing them throughout the year.
Hates raised it.
That's
Hates
it.
raised it.
The way
She
she
said
says
he
it.
hates his dick.
Hates his
Yeah.
dick.
I'm gonna throw out Teddy Joe Mellencamp as the worst housewife of 2020.
Yeah, totally.
And that's self-explanatory.
Actually, the off-screen drama, I did get a pretty big boner for the whole all-in
All out.
expose being.
That was good for off-screen drama for sure.
And yeah, Aura, the "I'm sleep" quote is from the fight. It was kind of the beginning of the big Potomac fight of the year.
I'm gonna say season 5, episode like 8 or 9, Aura. That's a great place to start. Log into that Hey You, go to Real Housewives of Potomac, season 5, episode 8. Ta-da-da.
Kai, cringiest
Yes.
moment of the year. And this, you can do this for all of Bravo, because I feel like we had a lot of good
Oh.
cringe.
Karen in the bathtub waiting for Ray.
Yeah, probably toesies to the holesies. Was
Mhm.
What
really,
about
really
tan
bad for me.
clitoris? Tan clitoris might be mine.
Beautiful tan clitoris.
Yes.
Beautiful tan clitoris.
Everything
plastic
COVID
Kleenex.
does online is really cringe to me.
Mhm.
What else? I don't know. There's been like so much cringe this year.
I would say also the like acknowledgement that there's a pandemic going on in Atlanta, but then them not really seeming to follow
Harry.
any rules that would have to do with social distancing or anything. They're just wearing masks but still hugging each other.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
weird. Week after week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or also Ramona with, you don't wear masks in the ocean. We don't wear masks in the ocean. That was pretty
Yeah.
cringe.
Ramona in
too.
general was bad this year. Yep.
Who takes biggest COVIDiot of the Bravo Celebrity universe?
COVID.
Kelly.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
You
it
know
has
what
to be
though?
Kelly.
Elizabeth is like also right up there, and she is very sure of her fucking theories about how
QAnon beliefs.
this is all big pharma, and that that this COVID is man-made because then they can sell you a vax, and yeah.
But like
Get
we don't
help.
have to pay for a vaccine. Right? Like I
Yeah.
don't get that doesn't make any sense.
They want that government money.
It's the 5G, you guys.
That's right. I love that because I really want to be honestly implant me with the 5G. I want that reception. Like give it to me.
Who did we like to see fired the most this year? Was it Stassi? Was it
I love that.
Teddy?
It's Jax. It's Jax and Brittany for sure.
That really
Ew,
was.
Brittany sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brittany
He's
is
no
the
longer the
fucking
number one
worst.
guy in this group.
Brittany is the worst of everyone on that show. In this essay, I will prove. I can't stand her.
Rotten hell. Rotten hell.
Who else got fired this year?
Teddy.
Gay homo.
Fucking gay homo.
Fucking gay
Teddy, yeah, that's such a pleasure.
Dorinda.
Denise. Oh, I loved that too. She was a mess. She needs to get some rehab.
Yeah, that was my answer for cringe, but I forgot. Was when she was like attacking her mercilessly.
Yeah, when she made the turkey baster comment, that was a really cringe moment too.
You know what was the least satisfying firing was Hannah from Below Deck. The whole reason and everything, and it was so narky and embarrassing the way they were like,
yeah,
you had a CBD pen.
You fucking drug addict.
Yeah.
That one was super narky. Yeah, I definitely didn't like that.
That's not in the maritime law, you fucking addict.
God.
Yeah, I don't know like what's gonna happen with Below Deck if there's no Kate and there's no Hannah, right? So
well, it's been on, and I haven't watched any of this new season at all.
It's not good. The chef just told somebody to eat her cooter. That's about all you're gonna say.
Not her cooter. She couldn't even say coochie crack.
No, not coochie crack. Straight up, eat my cooter. There was a hard R on that cooter.
That's really bad. Oh, I'm also happy that Nene was fired.
Yeah, that's a good one. Her time has been done for.
She was miserable.
What are 5 things that would improve the New York City franchise?
Hire a black person.
Yeah.
Hire definitely a black person, definitely like Puerto Rican or Dominican or something like that. Like more than just old rich white ladies that like live like north of the park type of thing. Like it's excuse me, I think it's time for a little diversity in there for sure. And it is nice like to kind of have like younger people like Leah to make it a little more exciting.
Spicy.
I'd like to see somebody who's like really rich and like could have been cast on Jersey. Like I really like a Jersey girl who like made it big in the city. And then we can see like the dynamic of like Ramona being like Jersey.
I'm into that.
Do you know Melissa Gorga?
Yeah.
I want to say I don't want to see any more Avery Singer on the show ever. That would really improve it. She sucks.
I could also do with a little less Leah next year. I really
Same.
don't want to see this turn into the like, wow, Leah's so like hip and cool and young show. It's boring.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, last question. MVP of 2020. There, that's the sound for that.
Whoa.
No. I would have to say, like, definitely Portia's got to be a strong contender for actually, like, doing
Making
something.
a change in the world.
Yeah. Whereas nobody else, the only other person that kind of compared to, like, doing that type of thing would be, like, Bethany with her charity shit. But I feel like Portia's actually using her platform for something that's important. And not just to, try to sell a cream, right?
Not for the alleged tax shelter that Kelly Ben Simone said.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, remember that DM I read once, and Kelly was unhinged and called "Be Strong" a tax shelter.
Oh
yes, that's
that
right.
was my favorite moment of 2020, just in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe Portia as well for me, because I feel like of all the housewives engaging in activism, she was the only one that kind of took a more radical approach, and she was the one that if I saw her involved in a discussion, I would be interested, because I would think like when Giselle would come on and talk about things, there was a lot of like there's good people on both sides and a lot of like politicizing. Whereas I feel like Portia really stuck to a radical message and like put her money where her mouth was too.
Yeah, and that's that on
And
that.
that's that.
Boys dress like girls and girls dress like boys. I don't get it. Sorry, drags.
I hope we have this as a clip to play on Tuesday.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do
or
that.
Monday rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing the year-end wrap-up chat game.
I loved it. It was nice to have to think about the year.
Yeah, and it is
what happened.
It is crazy how much of the year that we've just, done
lived
this for,
through.
and now it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to talk about the? Oh wait, no, we need to do this.
I'm bored. Keep spinning. I'm bored watching you spin around. Come on, leopard. Come on, what's that? Leopard, chia pet.
Luckily, I think this will be quick because I don't think too much happened this week. I think they're really running out of content on the. Okay, so it's the next day on this trip. They woke up at the lake or whatever. It's like the ass crack of dawn. The PR liquor bottles are fully displayed all gloriously across the island. There's 10 of them. I don't know what it's in every shot. There's this cascade of liquor bottles in every shot. So Bronwyn slept at a hotel to kind of avoid all that. So it's Kelly, Elizabeth, Gina are waking up. They're having breakfast. They're talking about what they're gonna do. They're gonna go to something called a sky park, which is not what the fuck I thought it was gonna be.
Wait, can I guess what a sky park is?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that it's a trampoline park.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be I don't even know, when they throw you into the wind tunnel with the suit and you
yeah. Okay.
But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
So Bronwyn they're all talking about Bronwyn. So they're what's up with Bronwyn yesterday? She was all hot and bothered. She was all nervous and aggressive. Elizabeth's she needs to have sex. She needs morning sex. Kelly stops what she's doing. She's bitch, you're not even having sex. She's what the fuck are you talking about? Telling her to be having sex. They're okay, sketchy ass Elizabeth. So
I don't know.
Bronwyn calls her next storyline, which is this woman named Shari, which is like her alleged love interest, to transition her into her current girlfriend, I suppose. So they're just like, I miss you, love you so much, bye, love you, bye. So they're just like, you know, being really like affectionate on the phone. So Shane FaceTimes Emily at the hospital.
You can contract herpes, probably AIDS.
So Shane FaceTimes Emily at the hospital. Turns out he didn't die, despite the editor's best efforts at the end of last episode to think that maybe he did. Back at the house, it's like really early in the morning. Kelly's like searing a pork shoulder to go in the Instapot, so it's like 7 a.m. and she's like searing a hunk of meat in the background of the scene.
It's very Kelly energy.
Yeah. So here we go. So we get some tidbits about Elizabeth's childhood. She says her father was a preacher in Missouri. She says her mom took her away from the church because it was really dysfunctional. They moved to Washington to like escape. Kelly's like, I thought you were Catholic. She's like, no, we were Pentecostal Christian. We were those psychos who like run around and speak in tongues. And then it goes into the story and she says, my grandma was the leader of the church. My dad was a preacher. She tells the story about when she was a kid. Her grandma asked her to speak in tongues in front of the congregation. And she's like, I faked it and everybody freaked out. And that's when I realized like all adults are full of shit and I can just lie to get my way. I was like, oh my God, that's insane. And I was like, first of all, Mary Cosby vibes as fuck. Like, can we check that her ex is not her grandpa? Because I need to know at this point.
I was about to say,
yeah.
You married to her grandpa?
Yeah, like, gee.
Crossover vibes.
Totally. So Ronald arrives at the house. Kelly has a mask with like a zipper in it that she's like sticking her tongue out through, like, oh, through the thing. And they're like, cool. And then she also has this mask that's like a dog muzzle. It looks like a fencing mask. It's like literally just like metal. It's like it looked like she was wearing a jock on her face. So they're just being like, it was just like silly, right? So Gina and Bronwyn are both like, I don't even know what's wrong with her. Gina's like, Kelly's like the kind of crazy that like once you see it, you can't unsee it. So like I'm just not even gonna like acknowledge it because I can't like go down this path of like constantly seeing her just like be insane. So they plan, Bronwyn and Elizabeth are going to plan to talk later. They're going to like break in two groups for activities. So it's going to be like Gina and Kelly, Bronwyn and Elizabeth. Now they're FaceTiming Shannon. The back of Shannon's iPhone is completely smashed, like to powdery bits. and there's coffee stains in it. So that should really paint a picture of her mental fucking wellness level at this point is low. Okay, she is going through it. So she's waiting for her COVID diagnosis. They're like, they
Very low
like,
vibration.
Yeah. She's like, I took the test yesterday and I'm waiting. And I'm like looking at her phone the whole time being like, Shannon, like, you're not doing good.
Remember when she said that they built her old house so that they couldn't have Wi-Fi in it because it was like toxic or something?
Yeah, and then
Remember
she was
that,
like yelling
Shannon?
at her daughter, being like, there's glass in your fingers or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gina's got to take a call from her lawyer about Matt's trial, which is coming up in a few days. So Matt's got 2 felony charges, could go to jail for 4 years. So everyone's going like, well, it's in the DA's hands, so like whatever. But at the same time, they're also like, they're gonna like basically like weigh whatever your statement is into like heavy consideration to their decision. So everyone's like, well, just trust the DA, it's out of your hands. But it's also like, I can see why she'd be conflicted considering there's like this whole thing where like it's dependent on her statements. So, you know, if she wants to like potentially let him off, or go easy on him, she still could potentially. Okay. Bronwyn and Elizabeth start to discuss why Bronwyn pulled up the papers. So they just sort of like start this talk impromptu. Bronwyn's like, I Googled your name. Stuff you said wasn't adding up. We get this clip of like Elizabeth doing a house tour and she's got no clothes in her closet at all. And she goes, yeah, I rented a condo at the Peninsula for all my clothes. She's like, and then Bronwyn's like, yeah. And Bronwyn's like, you have a condo for a closet, or like, you're like, what do you mean you having a closet condo? And she's like, I do. Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. And then Bronwyn's like, in the current, Bronwyn's like, why didn't you just, Bronwyn's like, okay, like there were no clothes in the closet. Like you literally could have just been like, I'm renting this house. I just moved in. Like, that's totally fine. Instead, you like just completely lied to my face. And it was so weird, right?
That is so weird.
So Elizabeth goes, I never lied. I just didn't tell you. You just didn't know. So right at this point, I'm like literally thinking she's like a complete con woman. Like it's literally entirely possible she's grifted her way onto this fucking TV show with lie after lie after lie.
Lynn
and it's
Curtin
all like
walks, so Elizabeth Vargas.
yeah. So it's like really being like, okay. So a lot of times on the show, like, don't you find that like whenever someone gets called out for something and they tell somebody else, they get mad at the other person being like, well, I'm not mad, but like you should have come to me first. You have to come to me so I could control the situation. It's like she like fully was like pulling that stunt on her. So she was like, you know, you shouldn't have pulled my papers and just like, you know, whatever. So she goes, I understand because my life's complicated and sophisticated, and I know it's like hard to understand. And Braun in a talking head goes, your life is not sophisticated. You're a bougie blonde from Newport who married an old guy. I was like, get her. So now Kelly steps in to mediate. She's like, I think Braun wants to know why like everything's a half truth. It's just like a little bit weird. Elizabeth goes like, when I met you guys, I had a lot going on. She says I had acid separation, which I don't even know what that is. She says I had financial issues, divorce, and I mask all my anger with her because like I don't know how to deal with it. And now she starts crying, and then she goes, and I run 5 to 6 to 10 miles a day because I can't deal with all of this. And I'm like 5 to 6 to 10.
Hey, Kim Zolciak, Bierman.
Yeah, I was like, okay. She's like, because I need to escape, and I don't trust women, and like I'm scared of women, and that's why I lied to the group, is because I'm scared of being like betrayed by women, right? So then Robin's like, I won't betray you, and then she like hugs her and like puts her face next to her. I'm like, Kelly, just like spray them with Lysol and like kill this fucking scene. Like you guys shouldn't even be hugging. So Gina now comes back from the phone call. She's like trying to give deets on what just happened. Kelly's like trying to be 100% supportive, but like still like 100% offensive at the same time. So she goes, I know, Gina, I know Matt was out of sorts, but show him some mercy so he can get a job. And someone's like, mercy? And she's like, it's not about her. It's not about Gina. Like, she's good. She's moved on. It's about Matt. Like, you know, he's not going to be able to get a job, and he's smart and he's great and all this fucking shit. And I was like, Kelly, like, shut the fuck up. Like, literally, like, not only is this like crazy insensitive, but you're like being really dismissive of Gina and like enabling of domestic violence. It's like really gross.
I don't even like Gina, but I'm on her side here.
So Elizabeth's trying to get Gina caught up on like what she sort of missed when they were talking or whatever. Bronwyn's like, well, I was being shitty. I was bored. I was like bored in quarantine. And I'm sober, so like, sorry, right? So they squash it. And then immediately they're just like, wait a minute, this was all Shannon's fault, right? So they are sort of remembering that like Shannon put the bug in her ear initially anyway. So all the girls are like, yeah, she would do that, right? So like all immediately are like right on Shannon's ass. We get iPhone footage of Shannon finding out she has COVID and like sobbing. And she's like pissed at her kids, and like she's like, her boyfriend now has it, right? So they're all sitting there, and like she's just like looking so rough. Like that's why I said that it's like the fairy tale from the first episode of this season to now. It's like just watching her sob with her like new boyfriend just like sitting there like, oh god. Like, she's like truly hit a low. Like it's like not even cute.
And she's sobbing, and one of her kids is on the phone like this.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get there. So like she calls them to like tell them like I'm positive, and like they're just like, sorry mom, sorry, and like they're just like whatever. So then she starts to scold them, and then the one of them just totally like disengages at that point. Like as soon as she starts getting mad, is like really like, well, we don't know who brought it in the house, we'll never know, so whatever. I was like, ooh, she doesn't even give a fuck. Okay, so this Sky Park thing is like actually like an outdoor theme park type of thing. So there's like mountain biking and like weird pedal car things. So Gina and Kelly like go do that, and they go fishing. Pretty much every activity they do is edited like Kelly's having fun, and it's like really effortless. And then Gina's like struggling to keep up or struggling to like do whatever. So Braun and Elizabeth do archery, axe throwing, and hiking. So that's all whatever. So basically the main point of this episode, they go for a hike. They're discussing more elements of her childhood. So she sort of struggles to spit out that Elizabeth was raised in a religious cult, or a religious situation, as she says, where she says she was told to absolutely not open her mouth or tell the truth about what was happening. So she has big issues stopping compartmentalizing things in her mind, because she's used to like blocking out this like horrible childhood, she said. So she was saying that like her mom sort of did everything she could to like remove her from the situation, but like she has like PTSD about it. So like whenever she brings it up to her mom, she like completely like emotionally detaches, and like she's not like able to talk about it with anybody. So clearly there's like repressed stuff going on, whatever it is. So Bronwyn's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck she's like alluding to right now because she's sort of dancing around it, but like, you know, whatever. So she goes, I never talked to anybody about this, but like, what was I gonna do? Be like, hey girls, I grew up in a religious cult and they told me to shut my mouth or they were gonna throw me under a bridge. And she's like laughing and all this shit, and Bronwyn's like, what? Like she was like, what did she, like she was like, what did she say? And then in the talking heads, Elizabeth says that she grew up in complete fear, anxiety, and something else because she was scared for her life because she was beaten so badly and she like thought she was gonna die, like all this like crazy stuff. And then the scene cuts because then she like cuts the other scene short because she has like a full panic attack where like she can't breathe and like has to sit down. It's like a full moment. But I was like, this is like crazy. She like now she's in a religious cult. She's like told like 17 bajillion lies up to this point. It's like very
Yeah. Is that like is this one the actual truth?
I almost want someone to just extract her scenes from this season for me to watch, like, and I just watch like a supercut of Elizabeth Vargas lying at the end of the year.
You can just like watch reunion clips. We'll just do the work for you.
Yeah.
Very true. Maybe I will tune into the reunion.
Yeah, so nothing really happened this episode. It was like they fooled around at the thing, and then Elizabeth was going through whatever issues she was going through, which it wasn't too clear.
Oh, I just woke up from the best nap ever. I was asleep.
I'm bored. I'm bored watching you spin around. Come on, leopard. Come on, what's that? Leopard, chia pet.
Loved it. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, thank you.
No.
I'm like intrigued by this Elizabeth person now, but
yeah.
Do you think she will come back?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
so. It made me laugh seeing all these hateful Vicky comments. I was like, Vicky Gunvalson must hate this woman. Like I feel like I haven't like seen her say anything, but like with everything that's going on, I'm like I could just see her like loathing her.
What has my show become?
Yeah.
Get off my show.
Wow.
Elizabeth just kind of feels like they casted some like random woman for the year, knowing it would just be a throwaway season anyways, and like
That's
we'll
true.
never hear from her again.
Well, like there's like this big
Classic.
motif of her being like, you know, I used to have all this money and now I don't, and that was like really my personality. Like I was this like, you know, frivolous, wealthy woman of a person, and now I don't have that. So it's like, who am I? Right? It's like very much her situation, which isn't like all that interesting if they're not going to be like super open and vulnerable about doing that at the same time. It's like she's done everything to like mask and hide and to do things to cause like suspicion throughout the season. So
It's just that
I'm
she's
interested,
setting up
but
so much. Like, it would be very weird for her to just disappear with all these open-ended, like, religious cults and no money and blah,
Yeah.
like, and my sister's an addict and I don't know where she is, and it's like, yeah.
Do you even have a sister?
yeah, like this was
Yeah.
like a big buildup of like what is like what are we gonna find out that's gonna be like the issue? And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, religious cult, okay.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
Well, shall we go to clips? Is there anything anyone wants to start with?
Well, they're all pretty short. Should we just like watch them all at once and then go from there?
Oh, like back to back?
Yeah, what do you think about that? Is that kind of like chaotic? Am I spiraling?
No, I need to watch a clip and then I want to talk about it because I don't want to have to then remember what was in the first clip when we're talking about something that was in the third. No, I don't like that.
Very true.
Kai, are we spiraling?
Yeah.
I am.
Okay, well, why don't we do Atlanta first?
Sure.
What do we want to do last?
Not much happened.
Oh yeah, Atlanta is great. Sorry, I didn't mean my shirt to sound. So
Here comes Atlanta.
Previously on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I'm gonna put myself on a dating site soon.
On a what?
Both of us.
What site? OnlyFans? You know, it's been heavy weighing on me, just all of the stress with Black Lives Matter, worrying about my people.
Portia, do you want some hookah?
Yeah.
I have hookahs.
And also worrying about my home
person
life
I've never
with
met
Dennis.
before. Yeah,
it's
I'd
just
love
been
to
a
share
whole
hookah
lot,
with
so
you.
I'm definitely in
Yeah.
serious need of a girl's day.
The only thing I didn't do was poke holes in it.
You're supposed to use this.
No.
No?
No.
Well, what are you supposed to do?
Let the woman work.
Literally.
So-
Yes.
I'm gonna use my earring.
Nice. Now that is a
The
total
diamond
secret.
earring. Your holes can't be too big.
Oh, I think I'm gonna do this
It has to be a wop hole.
You see my holes? They're extra tight.
Okay. Ooh, a WAP hole. It's tight? Oh, okay.
One and two. Oh, my hole is big. Mine is one size fit all.
But isn't all WAP good WAP?
I know all WAP is not good WAP, because if you have a big WAP and it's WAP, that's nothing. Now I'm just swimming in the ocean. We want you to get lost in the WAP now. We want to find you afterwards.
I feel like my back is up against the wall. It's not a good feeling.
I want to get married to you.
Do you want to get married on
10-10-20?
Do you
at
are we
the
going
place
are
that
we
just
are we
looked
going
at?
to get married on 10-10-20?
I don't need to get married.
Are we going to get married? Are we
10-10-20.
going to get married?
I don't need to get married
no,
at all.
I'm asking you
This
a
is what I
question.
want.
I'm asking you a question.
All
Are
right,
we
well then you can tone it down.
I'm asking you a question. Are we going to get married on October 10th, 2020?
I don't know.
We good. We good.
Hello?
I'm not doing this anymore.
We don't talk about it anymore.
We good.
Hello.
We see each other.
I was like, okay, see Hill.
Yeah.
Quoting Nene.
Yeah, that was really gross. And right away, I started flashing back to like the party where all his ex-girlfriends came to talk to Cynthia.
Oh my god,
And
he
I just-
sucks.
Yeah, and I was like, oh god. For a minute, I thought maybe you were an okay person, but now everything is flipped around and you suck.
Yeah.
I can't tell if he sucks or if she sucks over this like wedding planning thing. I actually can't
They're
tell
both.
who's
Yeah.
being more
She-
unreasonable.
Cynthia is very
handled
in
it
the
wrong.
wrong, but he just went off. At least she
Yeah.
was like calm, cool, collected. She was spiraling actually for
Can we say anyone is calm,
majority
cool,
of that.
collected when they have put their wedding date into earrings that they wear?
Yeah.
Hoop earrings.
That is so OTT. That is team too much. OTT.
I think it might be TTH, try too hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
well,
Try
I'm glad she
hardest.
actually brought it up though, because I was staring at them the whole time. I'm like, what the fuck do these earrings say? Like, and then she's like, 10, 10, 20. Ah! And I was like, okay, I got it now, Sin.
No, like, why are they even fighting so hard for that date other than she thought it sounded good?
It's the perfect
what?
date. It's
Right.
the perfect
Fran from
date.
Beverly Hills probably texted them and was like, numerology, it's good, like good aura
Oh my
vibes. You'll like Big Pharma will stay
God.
away from you.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the whole wedding planning thing, I'm just like, why are you so obsessed like with like having this like gigantic wedding when
Super
it's
spreader.
like, yeah, like a super spreader event when you're not even supposed to be like in public type of thing, and you're trying to like
It should
plan
be
this
locked.
like has to be this wedding, has to be this place. Oh, we're gonna have an aerialist. And I was like, oh, not a fucking aerialist at the wedding. Like it's not a circus, guys.
Essential
Like,
service,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was like, oh, just throw a mask on her and spin her around up in the air. She's cool. Like it's so dumb. Like I'm just, it seems like such a dumb fight. And if this is gonna be the plot of the season, then I'm not gonna be very happy.
Yeah.
I'm bored. I'm bored watching you spin around. Come on, leopard.
Yeah.
Come on, what's that? Leopard.
Yeah, I'm not
Chia
very
pet,
excited
chia
for this
pet.
season with the upcoming stripper gate storyline, even as like the big focal point. I'm like, that's like what we're gonna build up to. Sort of like,
Yeah.
all right. Like I'm not like super interested in that, to be honest. So,
But I feel like even
love the
though
girls,
it's kind of
but-
like even though it will be kind of like a boring, weird season, I always enjoy them. Like I love the Atlanta ladies. Like they can be doing nothing. Like so.
I think if we look for
yeah,
the excitement to come
Kenya.
from the same places as usual, it won't, because that's what was stale already. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
hoping that there's going to be the most action with the Kenya, Latoya, and Drew storylines. I really see those
Yeah.
pulling this season.
Fingers crossed. But even a couple people messaged me this week after like that's my opinion. They're like, it was good as always, but you can tell that like this episode gave us nothing. I was like, it's true. I really was reaching for like a lot of shit. But Kenya saying OnlyFans, I've brought it up like 10 times already. That's definitely it's gotta be my rose of the week. I scream.
Definitely.
I love it so much.
I noticed something when tattooers draw women, they're such fucking nimrods. Half the time the titties come up to here and it drives me nuts because I'm like, that's not where tits start. It's like here. It's pretty, you have almost a head in between it.
Yeah.
Kenya Moore's tits start where tattooers draw tits starting. I saw them and I was like, oh shit.
So you were being
my
like
face.
Cynthia and Googling pictures of Kenya's tits.
Definitely. when she was like, I was looking at your breasts online, and she was like, but wow. I was like, I actually love that moment so much because it felt like they were all actual friends. Like they were like doing that exercise thing there. Yeah, like you actually got to feel like they're friends and not just like castmates, right? Yeah.
I think Atlanta could have been better for a much longer time if Nene had exited and Kenya could have taken a much more like starring role and had a chance to be more positive. I think Nene is probably a big antagonist for some of her shittier storylines.
Agree.
Love Twirl.
This is a Twirl stan stream.
This is definitely a Twirl stan stream. I made like no notes about this episode. You know what I wrote? I wrote wedding planning drama and weird social distancing and quotations. That's all I wrote down.
Yeah, and I also wrote down Phelan spells her name weird.
How was it spelled?
Falynn, and her name's Fallon.
Oh my god.
But she pronounced it Phelan?
Fallon.
And she's the one who had the hookah and the pool.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
And I was like, who is this girl? Why are we going to her house?
Why are you going to Tanya's house?
Why are you picking up Tanya with a mask on? You're getting in the car with a mask on, but then the masks are off. You're all hugging because you're all in the same car. And then you're going to someone's house you've never met before. You're hugging them.
We've never met.
We've never met. Like it was all very strange.
But I did want one of her gift baskets. That looked fucking like luxe.
It gave me the vibe that her husband has some kind of thing with some producer or something, and they had to give her a whole thing because it was confusing. You know what it felt like? Johannesburg, when we were introduced to random women who would be in it for 2 episodes but would get lower thirds, and we'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Who's
full
chef?
talking
Who's the
heads.
chef? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Very weird.
Did you hear when we were watching it that the whole time that Fallon was on, I couldn't stop thinking about how much she looks like Chili from TLC?
Oh, she did look like Chili. Yeah.
I was more so
like a younger Chili.
Yeah.
If her husband is like in the funeral business, because like all those big arrangements of flowers gave me like total funeral home vibes. Like, those big things. And they don't live in that house, do they? It felt like rented. It felt empty.
Like a production rental.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole part was just weird.
Yeah.
Which would feed my theory about him being some kind of film guy who knows producers or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, shall we move to SLC?
Yeah.
As per Oranova's request.
Bon appetit.
Enjoy.
Previously on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
My fashion line is called Brooks Marks. It's self-titled. Honestly, off the top of my head, I can't think of a better name for a fashion label than Brooks Marks. Brooks Marks. The double KS, it's just killer.
Hi, I'm Brooks Marks, and on the runway today you guys are going to be seeing some of my latest designs for my
I didn't realize he was the MC as well.
Oh my gosh, this looks like him.
They're all the same.
Oh yeah, I've been rocking that tracksuit like for months. I mean, does one tracksuit make a collection? I don't know. But you know what? I'm gonna still rock it.
All right, Brooke, get good.
Hopefully he makes a second one soon, and then I can wear that one. If you're not getting it from home, you're going to go somewhere else.
What is Jen saying to me right now? Is she alluding to the fact that Meredith has a man on the side? That's a loaded statement to make. She better be able to back that up, because you don't just go around saying that.
If they really are dating other people, I'm confused why we don't know. Like, how do you hide that? So if Meredith really
Maybe you
is
don't know,
just,
but
like,
some people might know.
Starting to love
What is
that.
going on, Jen?
I don't know. You have to ask Meredith. There's something going on. There's a reason why people get separated, obviously. But it's not my place to say anything to Whitney. People know, and Meredith knows, and I think Seth knows. But what do they want to portray or tell everybody?
You're alluding to knowing more, and it feels like you know more.
What are you not telling Whitney?
A few months ago, I'm in New York for Meredith's trunk show, and there's a guy talking to Meredith, and he's like, she's the love of my life, I'm gonna marry her. And I was like, I'm pretty sure she's married. Like, I was so confused. The guy says, I'll make sure Meredith gets upstairs. And I'm like, okay. Clearly there was something going on. It's crazy.
All right.
Is it crazy?
Is it? If I was at a trunk show in New York and I was separated, I'd definitely get dick down. No,
It's true.
no one else?
Actually, now that you say that, the bitch was on vacation. She was in a whole other city, Jen. You better mind your fucking business.
Right? Like, she's just a whole sir, and I can really respect that, and I get it. But I love Jen Shaw bringing like mess. Like there's nothing I love more than like pure gossiping on Housewives. Like that's why I used to love OC so much, because Tamara would just gossip so much, and like it was always really naughty, and I love that.
Yeah, it's like she didn't actually say anything. She didn't like accuse anybody of anything. She was just like, maybe, I don't know.
It's just
this is what I saw.
Oops, I dropped that. Is someone gonna pick that up for me? Like, it's very
Exactly.
Oh, I don't want it. You keep it.
Yeah.
Jen Shaw
Brooks's.
Oh, sorry, you go, Chris.
No, I was gonna say Brooks's hair in that like
Oh.
talking
head video, like.
Can we just agree that he didn't make any of those tracksuits? They're all Gildan fucking shit off Amazon that he just put the trim on.
Yeah,
and, like, down the runway.
They're literally Hanes sweatsuits.
Yeah, so heinous that he would. When I was like looking, I was like, so you emceed the show, which I didn't even notice. Then you made yourself a cute one, and then you walked out first, and then everyone else just had a boring ass like. What kind of show?
Can you not give us like a t-shirt, a short? Like, can there not be like slight variations within this line? Like one fucking tracksuit, bitch. That's all you're giving us? Like, it is not hard to make a beanie with that fucking logo on it, is it? Like, give us more.
Yeah, give us
Was that a
nothing, Aura, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us nothing.
That was
Bury
not a
that,
logo.
Aura.
Why wasn't my daddy there?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
he's such a fucking but also if somebody, I just got on a phone call with them after a fashion show, and some fucking farty old white guy goes to me, oh, you look interesting.
weird.
I also would have just been
Yeah.
like, oh, it's on now.
Yeah.
I would have been
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, we're done.
Whitney's dress for the fashion show was
Oh.
absolutely horrendous. Her
Oh.
tits in it were just like, who picked that out for her? It
And
was
sis,
not.
you don't get the fillers like the day before the show. Fuck's sakes. Her
Yeah.
face was bloated. It was not. It was not it.
Aura in the chat
it was
said
not the
Brooks
look.
was wearing a sweater and Meredith was in a hat. Like that isn't
A
actually
hat.
that interesting at all. And I
Um,
find they're always painted for the back row, both of them, so he shouldn't be that like unused to it.
Also, I love Kraft's comment that it's a Heaven's Gate inspired tracksuit collection.
Ah!
I wish it was Heaven's
I would
Gate
actually
inspired
buy
because
one.
I would be
Yeah.
giving them my money. I'd be buying one for everybody in the chat.
Oh, I wish. I want.
He wishes it was Heaven's Gate inspired. He doesn't even know what that is. He doesn't even know who the
doesn't know who
Heaven's
Prince
Gate away
is.
team is.
It's
Oh.
true.
Yeah.
My God, fucking Brooks. And while we're on the topic of kids from Salt Lake City, Mary Cosby's child. I
He
don't
was
know
so
if,
high when he came home.
I don't know if anybody watches SNL, the Pete Davidson character that's just like a really fucking stunned dude who goes, okay, okay.
No, I don't.
I have to
But that's
find
him. That is him.
it. It's him. I'm gonna find
I
it
just
and
get
put it in the
like
chat.
major high school stoner, like coming home and your
Chad.
mom being like, "Did you just smoke weed?" And you're like, "No," or you just kind of like stare and not speak. Well, teens are so weird. Maybe Robert Jr. is just like basing his whole like personality off this character.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Maybe he's in a religious cult.
Yeah, as a form of
Yeah.
escapism through the like cults and you know, kind of weirdness of his family lineage.
Oh, I can't take people like that where you're like prompting every cue and being like, are you there? Like, do you hear me?
Are you present?
Yeah. And having to be like, okay, well you can go now, and then just be like, okay.
Come hug me.
Yeah, too much. I can't.
Yeah, and then like hugging him like she's really proud of him for something. And I'm
Well, she
like,
missed him.
why would you miss that? That was nothing to miss. He had no personality.
Because the
Why would
cameras
you miss
are
a
there,
roll?
Chris.
Why would you miss a roll of toilet paper? Why would you miss this inanimate carbon rods? Why would you miss this ficus tree? Like, why would you miss those things?
A pot plant?
A pot plant.
Yeah.
He's the pot plant of the room.
Yeah.
Now you're speaking my love language.
Yeah, so I'm feeling like I don't feel like I see a lot of excitement on the Whitney forefront. I feel like she's had a couple things like, oh, Lisa said I'm a swinger and this and that.
Swinger.
And
Swinger.
and I'm on a pole and my dad's an addict and we went to a church. I don't see anything that
Why
I'm
are
like, I can't
Yeah,
wait to
why
see
are we
how
on
this
the poll
pans out.
again?
Yeah, because
Right.
that's
Why
'cause
are
I
we
don't think
having
there's much.
another poll moment? Like, that's it. That's all we're getting from her now is just poll.
Yeah.
But she's never been a stripper.
She's never been a stripper. Know that.
Yeah, I think Jen Shaw's gonna go after her soon though, so I think things will start to ramp up then.
Okay.
I'm finding Lisa is fading for me. Like I don't want to see Lisa with her family anymore. I want her out with the girls. I want to see more Lisa. Because she's the chaotic queen I need, but they're not tapping into it at all.
Well, like she's like setting like the weird goals with like her weird 15-year-old son that needs to be babysat, but he's like talking about like
His
getting
goal should have
laid
been
and
like getting his
fucking
babysitter
chicks and stuff.
permit.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
weird.
I think Lisa's a little afraid to like get in the mix in like a confrontational sort of way. Like she's sort of like allowing everything else to sort of play by and see, you know, how it pans out, which is fine, but
Okay. I have a question. What is a lady slayer?
Like
That was on Jack, the 15-year-old, his vision board or whatever. What did that mean?
someone who just
Just
goes
someone
through women
someone
like
gets a lot of trim.
just
A lot of
Isn't
trim.
he
slays
Mormon?
dash left, right, and center, you know?
Hello, aren't they
All the
Mormon?
coups you
Like,
could
can
eat.
he do that?
Hey, apparently he's gonna have triplets. That was so weird too, and his dad was like, "Oh, I thought he meant like have them." Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. Every now and then I'm like reminded we're in Utah and I'm like, right. Polygamy.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Lisa with her kids, it just is kind of like,
Like I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah,
and
I
you
don't
know
give a
what?
fuck
Her
about your
kids don't
kids.
care either. They had fun
Yeah,
doing it,
Yeah.
and the minute she started talking, you could tell they all were like, "Oh God, Mom loves this
Yeah.
task. She loves
Yeah. I want mommy to be MIA from the house all the time.
it."
I want to move on to Heather, who I urge to leave the Mormon church and just like live her best life.
Yes, she
She's such a
deserves it.
she is such a pure angel. At one point I thought Whitney was going to be kind of like the voice of reason of the show, but I now see that Heather Gay was casted for that lifelong role. And I love to see it. I really like Heather. And her daughter looks like Alexis Nyers, her oldest daughter. I'm just throwing
I
that
can
out
see
there.
it. I can see the similarities.
They have the same face.
You know how I turned on my love for Carol, and like I have like my love for her comes with a lot of disdain as well. I feel like Heather is is like if you took all the stuff I don't like about Carol away. Heather's very that. They have the same good energy that I like, which is like
Agree.
being on the level with the audience and
Yeah.
actually seeming quite sharp and not like seduced by this whole world. Like they are our straight person.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very much like that, because it seems like you have people like Jen Shaw, who's just like, I'm going to be famous, so I have to go and buy 1,000 insane unwearable outfits so that I can like film for 16 weeks or whatever it is, right? And then it's just like, oh, you have someone like Heather who's just like, well, no, it's not really like that.
Yeah, Heather's just trying to do good and be happy and has had so much wrong done unto her. And that's very true. Just from like a kid onwards, having her mind be so like programmed in that way is awful. And
Sad.
seeing like what she puts herself through and like how, I don't know, she seems to like think she's not like lovable or just doesn't have that in her
Yeah.
future, but she's great.
It seems like it's a Mormon-y thing that's like instilled in her. She's basically like, you know, being a Mormon and getting divorced has just like been a burden on my life, and it's fucked me up.
Can I say something super shady now that we've said that she's amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that she is what Jocelyn Wildenstein wishes she looked like?
No.
You don't see the similarity in those two faces?
I do.
I do,
Yeah.
but
I see the similarities, but that's a different woman.
Yeah, I don't think Jocelyn thinks she would look like that. I think Jocelyn would look at her and be like, no.
Yeah, I agree.
But I agree that there are similarities there. Like, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
but I
there's
think
such an alternate reality similarity there, and it's just like I know it's shady because we're not, you know, no one would really want to have that comparison made. But it's kind of like if you put her through a warp drive.
Do you know who? She has the same hair. Heather has the same hair as Jackie, the Queen of Versailles. I also get very Jackie, Queen of Versailles energy from Heather sometimes too.
Yeah, and we didn't have much Meredith.
No Mary.
Oh no, Mary. Yeah, just showing up at the fashion show.
Where's my seat?
With a glove on, like a Chanel glove again. Like it's just all the same stuff, just thrown together in a different mishmash.
Yeah, but she loves fashion. She loves feeling fierce. That's what my one note is. Mary loves to feel fierce.
What did she say about Utah shopping? Where she was like,
It's the pit.
"Oh yeah."
Was I allowed to say that? And it's like, you said it. Are you allowed to? Like, who are you asking that? Like, obviously, Bravo wants you to be a mess. Like, they love that shit.
Oh, I can't wait to see the Salt Lake reunion.
Me too. I'm excited. How long do you think this season will be?
I think over soon.
You do?
They usually don't do very long ones first time around.
Oh,
Fair.
really?
I think it'll go until till
12 episodes or
Dallas
something?
starts, I guess.
Because I feel like OC is ending like really soon, and then it'll be Dallas. I think like next week. What's
New
the
Jersey.
31st? Because I think Dallas premieres on the 31st. 1st. Are we covering
That's
that
4
on
days
the
from
stream?
today. Yeah, for sure.
It's Thursday.
Okay.
So as of Thursday this week, we'll have Dallas back. But Potomac is now over.
Potomac ends tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Ooh,
Tonight.
tonight's gonna be
Hopefully we get a
good.
secrets revealed.
Tonight's 90 minutes too.
I know. How awesome is that? What a treat.
Amazing. Well, do we have any more Salt Lake that we want to talk about, or should we get to Potomac?
That's all I had.
All right.
Oh, I'm tired of seeing trampoline parks on these shows, but that's also because on Teen Mom 2, they go to a trampoline park every episode.
Yeah. Like the only thing they do.
Hello.
Can we get some water? This is about to be intense.
Candace and Monique, you both entered into this season vowing to repair your sisterhood and not drag the past into the present. But when old rumors started swirling, loyalties were questioned, and your fractured friendship officially snapped. Watch this.
We good? Between Candace and Monique? I love Monique. Even when Monique pretends to be asleep when I'm about to leave.
I'll see you later, yeah. As I told Chris, I said me and Chris, we always gonna be partners.
Well, you wouldn't even say you ain't got kids. So just whatever. How is it mom shaming when you're not a mom? Obviously, y'all issues are bigger than kid shaming and sleeping. I'm the only one talking. Get your hand on my face. Get your hand on my face. Are you gonna drag me? You gonna drag me too? Okay. Do you want me to? Do you want me to drag me? Do you want me to? Do you want me to? Hey, 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 hey!
Brandon from Halethorpe, Maryland wants to know if any of you saw the hand that pushed Monique's shoulder.
Are you gonna drag me? You gonna drag me too? Do you want me to? Do you want me to drag me?
There's a lot of speculation that that was your hand.
It was definitely my hand, and I didn't push her.
And
so
were you trying to
stop her?
I got it.
It was a stop.
Yep. You said you blacked out. So once you saw it, what was
Right.
your emotional reaction after you saw what happened in the footage?
I was more so trying to figure out what happened in this moment that would cause me to react this way. It was just like, she must have did something to make me snap.
Was it your impression then that she physically attacked you?
No.
No.
I've said from the beginning that I was triggered.
What triggered you?
It was when she did like this up under my chin, when she reached her hand across, and it was just like she was doing this. When her hand got in my face, that's when I was like, whoa.
That didn't happen. What
You did that? Yes, it
That
did.
didn't happen?
No.
It did happen.
Okay.
I saw it. You can literally see.
No, I mean, no, it didn't happen. But okay.
You can go on back to eat some grumble chip. Back to eat some grumble chip. Get your hand on my face.
It wasn't like her hand was in your face and then you grabbed her.
You're asking me what set me off. That is what set me off.
Kimberly from Denver said you've been posting things on social media about a wine glass being thrown in your face. It's obvious that the glass went into your face after you grabbed Candace.
When I reached across, that happened. It was like simultaneously. The impact from that glass is what hit my tooth and it busted the inside of my lip.
Got it.
Afterwards, when people kept saying, well, why didn't you let her go? I saw she had broken glasses in her hand and was tossing them left and right. I'm not going to let her go till I know that I'm not going to be hurt.
She wasn't doing that.
That didn't happen.
It seemed like she was struggling with the glass in her hand.
Her face was on the table. I was holding the table up.
If y'all want to act like y'all can't see that, that's on y'all. Would you like to see the statement from when my dentist examined my mouth?
Oh my God,
No,
not another
I
statement.
definitely would not. I have to say, there's absolutely no footage of her throwing a wine glass at you, though.
None. She didn't.
The motion is like this. You can see my face going up and down. I've
not.
reviewed this
This
footage
is so
several times.
stupid.
So did the state of Maryland, and that's why they threw the case out, because they said this was not an attack.
You went back out to get her again.
Because she was in there yelling, Hood Rat B,
I'm
you're
an
fired,
acquired
you're
taste.
fired.
You don't like me? Acquire some taste.
You are fired.
Get her
Because you're a ghetto-ass, hood-ass bitch. Get her hat.
I'm gonna beat her ass. That's what I'm gonna do, since she wanna talk big stuff.
Please don't do this.
Can you please let go of the door? Can you please let go of the door?
Please.
Can you please let go of the door? Like, seriously? I'm done with this show after this, so I might as well wear her ass out. I said, okay, well, if I'm fired, I'm gonna go finish her off.
Ayo.
I was kind of upset that we didn't get any binder usage in part 2 of the reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Candace got up pretty quick. I mean, she would a lot to say the entire time. She's yeah. And as soon as they get to her package, I don't want to talk about this. Like, come on. Like, of all the things to say, you can't say, I don't want to talk about this.
What you're being paid to do, mama. I did like that she called it the thirst book, though. So I would like to retract my earlier statement and say I'm sad that we didn't get to see anything from the thirst book this week.
The thirst book.
Thanks for the sub, Celebrity Juice Diet.
Using my Prime.
Yes,
Subbing.
love it. Okay, the one thing I didn't like was finish her off. When you say finish her off, what is that? What is that? What is finish her off? Is it knocked
It's also
out?
beating it's beating her to death, but also making her come.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Wow.
Kind of kinky.
There's things when Monique says things like that, I'm like, oh God, I can't. Like, that's the
So
stuff where I'm like,
cheesy.
it's too much. There's too much. But
Yeah, I think
I
Monique,
think, like-
she watched. Okay, so I think it's interesting knowing that Candace did not watch the fight and still went ahead and pressed her legal action before watching what the fuck happened. I'm like, are you dumb? And let's rewind to Monique, who I think tailored her responses to the fight. I think she watched it over and over and over again, and she said, well, she had the glass swinging, and I was defending myself, and I think that's all from seeing it back and being able to say that.
Agree. Agree with both.
That being
Yeah,
said,
like-
Candace
like-
should have been prepared. I mean, what do you mean you didn't watch it for that long and you still filed action for a court?
that's
But
a
like
really good point.
she was like, oh, I was holding her there because I needed to be sure that I was like, that I wasn't going to get hurt and that I was going to be safe, type of thing. And then it like cuts to her like being locked in that stairwell, begging that producer to let her out so she can finish her off by beating her ass, and she's going to get fired. And I was like, no, I don't think that that's what you were doing there. I was like, I think you were trying to hurt her. I think you were. This wasn't for your own protection. This was you trying to hurt somebody.
But
Yeah, I found Ash. Oh, sorry, Lizzie, go.
I'm so surprised and excited to hear that everybody has signed back on. That is so like.
Well, I was interested because after you said that last episode where I was like, everyone's back, and then everyone was like, we'll see. And then I was thinking, I wouldn't put it past, Candace and, Giselle and whatever to be like, I'm not coming back if she's coming back, or to like be pulling stunts behind the scenes.
I fully
so
saw it.
Candace has already said that on like podcasts and stuff. She's like, I don't know how we would like ever make that work.
I'm surprised, Kyle, you cut Candace crying concealer tears out of that montage.
Yeah.
I know.
I was like, you know what, Princess Leia, you need to go to the back, fix your face. You're crying, full on concealer.
Potomac was the last one I edited, and I was just done.
Totally.
I kind of found this second part to be just like, I didn't need to go watch it again. Like the first part, I think I watched 4 times, but this one I was kind of just like,
There wasn't any resolution. Neither
No.
party were like willing, so it was
and like
really
Ashley is complete trash defending her husband. That just makes me feel so gross and it's so icky. And
Yeah.
like the
Somebody
fact that he's not showing up, like I just.
Somebody pointed out how good Ashley, because she has to deal with this every year, that she's so good at being calm throughout. Like when Andy asks her questions, she just sits there and she responds and she answers or whatever. Like she's getting so good at being like very docile during like time where like other housewives might be like, sweating under the pressure, and she's like able to really like sit in it and like, respond.
I feel like she must get some sort of like she's probably going somewhere where they're like coaching people how to like pass lie detector tests type of thing, and it's just like you just have to like be calm when they're asking these questions, like just like so that everything ends up and answer everything so it just ends up being inconclusive in that type of manner, right? Because it's like she gets roasted like every year for the shit her husband does, and she is more than happy enough to to come back and do it again.
He-
And this year he chickened out.
Yeah, he didn't even have the decency to show up and like defend his or like be a support to his pregnant wife. Instead, he's at a wedding during COVID.
I wonder if they got in trouble for that, or like
Bullshit.
next season there's like something hardwired in the in that contract, like you better show up.
I wouldn't be shocked if we never see him again. Like, cause like he's horrible to production and like
Well, he's a
everything.
predator.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how they can justify bringing him back, but like fire everyone else for whatever reason.
Yeah, totally. I feel like it's Ashley's efforts to like get that paycheck in the end. I find them especially cringy because I don't think that Michael's wealth is worth the pageant level efforts she puts in. And I find it cringy that she's like, this is the one, this is the one. I'm like, oh my God, you are taking like way more abuse. I'm not, I'm sorry, I'm like,
And she never got the
abuse,
she never
but,
got
like,
the fucking post up that we thought she was gonna get. Like when she was like,
Right?
oh no, I
Right.
never did it. I was like, what?
I was like, what was the point of all of this
Yeah.
then, hon?
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, completely wild. But I feel like she's got such tells when she's going into just lie mode. It's like she's really good at the whole act, but it's a complete shift of personality and she's just, advocate.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
She's
you
like
can
a
totally
lobbyist
tell.
for
And
Michael. She's a Darby lobbyist.
she's a Derby lobbyist for
Nothing
sure.
worse.
Yeah, she's not going to get anything out of it though.
I am so mad we're not going to see Michael Darby at this reunion. I want to see her get dragged.
Right?
Yeah.
Badly.
Like it's the dragging that we all have come to know and love over the years is the Grinder Derby dragging inevitable reunion special.
And this is
But it's like
every
this year he
reunion.
actually Yeah.
Every
I wish
reunion we're
Monique
talking
had a
about him.
tab on him in the Thirst book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Maybe she does, and we just don't know yet.
It's an unmarked tab since he's actually the Darbys are allies currently to the Samuels, right? So
It's very Game of Thrones.
Can't
Very House
Right now,
Samuels
at
and House Darby.
Yeah.
Ugh. Neither house I want to belong to. I've emancipated.
Talking about the fight,
I
and
have fight fatigue. I'm over it.
Yeah.
fight fatigue. Yeah, I think we're all suffering from fight fatigue, and just watching the close-ups of them with Candace's makeup running down her face, and it was like a full, it's not the exact same color as her skin.
Oh no.
So it's like you could see it was like stripes. And even like when she was dabbing, you could see that there was just like foundation all over. I was like, isn't there something that, I don't know shit about makeup, but is there not something that you could do to protect yourself from that? Like if you know that you're going to be crying, since you are a crier, isn't there some like heavy shellac you can put on your face or what?
I think she just underestimated her own crying. I thought she thought it would be just like kind of her usual crocodile tear.
She thought she could dab it, but she couldn't.
So,
Yeah.
she's so used to wearing like 1,000 pounds of makeup and never ruining it that I think she was just like overly confident. And that's always when you like get got, is like when you're too confident.
And when concealer like gets wet and mixes with powder, it does like really streak light too. So I'm sure if she had like highlight here, the
Oh,
color
and you
that
know
that
she fucking
turned
does.
for sure. Like that was
That nose was
extra.
when Andy like walked in to see her last episode, like before the reunion started, and she was like mid being painted, her contour was just like the thinnest like penetration white line. I was like, yes, like get it.
Magnolia Crawford.
Magnolia Crawford, thank you.
Sorry to penetration and Magnolia Crawford. You're interchangeable to me at this point. Can I go?
You can go.
Okay, well, my rose this week was Kenya Moore saying OnlyFans. It just makes me giggle. It made me feel really happy.
Yeah.
It was just like pure stupidness. And then my thorn is Meredith and Seth. I don't care. And I just wrote, I'm over this Potomac fight. Please make it stop. So I think I'm just kind of like over the fight. I'm ready for like Charisse to come back and breathe some like life into this group.
Shasha.
Her and Katie Ross need to come back and just like give a little, you know, spice it back
Shake
up.
it up.
Yeah.
My rose is actually the same as when Kenya Moore suggested that the dating site be OnlyFans, and then they all had to laugh at it. I love that. My thorns were Whitney's dad's hair at the trampoline park or whatever. It's so terrible that he should not be admitting to people that he was a hairstylist. Like he should make no mention of his career
again.
Right, exactly. Because now that I've seen that, I would be like, I would not go to that person to get my hair done. And then my other thorn is anything surrounding 10-10-20, the earrings, the constant referral to the date. I'm not interested. I have divested from 10-10-20.
Consciously uncoupled.
Yeah.
I have two roses. They are that Brooks had stupid hair in his talking head, and that he looks stupid at his show.
Sorry, say the second one again.
That he looks stupid at his show. I am like overjoyed when there's a cringe moment with oh my god, we need a Ramona Singer Marks Brooks mashup so bad.
Oh, I'm on it.
Yes. And my thorn was off camera and off season. I am over Leah, like oversharing to be edgy and like, look, I wrote this on like an edgy shirt and like I bleed, get over it. And like she overshared plastic surgery shit this week, and I'm just like, cool. She's like,
Do you feel like she's getting a lot
over
done?
my like Christmas boob lift, whatever. Don't be mad. Don't hate. It was like so Leah, and I was like, ugh.
I just find it weird that she was like so like, I don't know. A couple years ago, she was so like, all this Instagram filters and plastic surgery. Like, what is this going to do to my daughter? And it's so bad. And now like, Boo Boo the fool she has become. Like, I just got my nose done. I just got my breast lift, which like I'm all here for. I love plastic surgery. If I could get plastic surgery, I absolutely would. But like, I'm not also out there spreading a message like, well, I know. But you know, I'm not out there being like, oh my god, this is so dangerous to society and blah blah blah. Like, you know, and that was really trendy a couple years ago. I'm over her.
My thorn, I guess it would be Candace. I just can't really bring myself to feel bad for her in any capacity or like feel anything when she cries. Not that I'm particularly Team Monique even. I just feel like the way Candace has responded throughout this whole situation is the major turn off for me. I also thought Atlanta was boring. And if I had a rose, my parents got me a Crave subscription for Christmas. So I've been watching Big Little Lies, which is kind of like Real Housewives if it was like a super serious drama cast with A-listers. So I'm kind of been into that.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, can I give you some Crave recommendations?
Yeah, I'd love it.
Teen Mom is on there, which I highly recommend.
I would do Teen Mom OG first because I prefer Teen Mom OG, but there's only 3 seasons and you have to watch the rest on CTV app. But then there's like 9 seasons of Teen Mom 2.
Lindsay Lohan's Beach House Club or whatever is on it. If you're looking for a quick and dirty.
All I've watched is like HBO and South Park, so I'm quite into like getting into it. And it is a good gift because I was like, I have this whole new window of shows. This is like,
Yeah.
you guys are really, really on it.
Oh, did you see that Hey You uploaded all of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Justin?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so we finally can stream it all.
Amazing.
At RHOP.
We're almost done the first
Hey,
season.
maid.
I've been saying that. Mimi the maid.
Mimi the maid.
Look good at your maid outfit, maid. She's like, I'm wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah. Liz, have you ever watched Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I need to
please
rewatch
watch
it, though.
Atlanta. We should like do a season on the stream once things kind of die down.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I fucking love that show.
Oh God, how was our Rose also not that Chris got the Swan DVD set and that we're going to watch
my
it?
god.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, so like Liz and I have to plan a night when we're gonna do that as a stream because it's the complete series, seasons 1 and 2, and I've never seen season 2. I've only ever seen the first season.
And Terry's on it?
And Terry's on it. So I'm really looking forward to streaming that for the children's out there. I feel like they're gonna love it. One of the most problematic shows of all time.
Literally, like removed from the internet, so problematic.
Yeah, erased.
I'm really looking forward to watching it.
The IMDb for it, I was like crying, laughing. Just so like women who are deemed ugly are competing for plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh my god. Okay, well, it's been a great week. I'm sorry we didn't have as many. Should we do a rundown of sounds? Because it was a really low sound bite week.
Oh, yes. Please, I forgot to ask for my mashup, but that'd be a great way to end it.
Okay. Prepare yourselves.
I was engaged 19 times prior to getting married.
You are a whore. So the next time you talk about my hole between my legs, measure yours.
You don't not gay as fuck. Fucking gay homo.
Sewage is more clean than their mouth and their emotions.
Wait, and I think we need one more of these. Yay!
God, I love it.
Love it. Okay, well, I guess we're back in a week. So have a great New Year's Eve, everybody.
2021.
Yeah, see everyone in the new year.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's so cool.